Thanks for joining me again, Taurus. It's good to see you here. I'm Dadhichi from astrology.com.au, and I'm looking at the month coming. That is July, and just a bit of a broad-based insight into what may be happening for you. The important thing that I see here straight away, around the 4th or 5th, you're going to have that full moon. That's going to build up in the first few days of the month, so your emotional energies are strong. And that full moon, strangely, is going to fall in the position of Pluto. So you could expect a lot of dynamic interactions with others, especially those that are the nearest and dearest, usually loved ones like husbands, spouses, wives. The fact those long-term committed relationships should start to see the very, very powerful influence of these two planets. This is occurring in your third sector of communications. It also has to do with siblings. So some of you born under this sign are going to have to deal with maybe manipulative brothers or sisters, even neighbours, as this third ninth axis has a lot to do with neighbourhoods. Now, bear in mind the full moon falling in the ninth house tells us that you may strongly desire travel or a cultural breakthrough at this point. And I might have mentioned to you last month that this ninth house has a lot to do with the principle of who you are in terms of your spiritual search. It has to do with values, the higher values. Now, I guess that depends on who you are, whether you have this so-called spiritual value which relates to, the search for God or some philosophical answer. For many of you, it will be, especially if you're born under Taurus, the search for security. So this could bring a lot of those belief systems into question. This is a continuing saga from last month. Mars is in your 5th sector just now. It will be leaving this sector very, very shortly. So this issue of romance, creativity, could shift more to a process of work, or having prepared yourself creatively for some time, maybe learning some new skill or trying to dig deeply into your own creative self, could take you into a new arena now. You'll definitely have the drive and the energy to work hard. Just try not to get too bogged down in any frustrations, because when the combination of Mars and Saturn takes place, and that will be in this coming month and a half, July and August, you'll see the slow build-up of these two. They call them malefic energies, but let's just say they're challenging forces. They'll be in the opposition, loose opposition to Uranus. So in the area of your work, you need to be prepared for some of the changes that are coming. I don't think you are. It shows you may have been so absorbed in your own creative pursuits that, living in the now is important. I always postulate that, but by the same token, there's a whole lot of practical issues that need addressing this month. That could be frustrating you, especially if you're dealing with people that aren't moving as fast. You have to, as fast as you have to get things done, and things are not moving fast enough for you. So that theme of patience and perseverance will be playing through in the next month or so. If we're looking here at the ruling planet for you, Venus, that actually makes an important aspect around the 5th of July. And then again, Mercury, which is also very, very specially aligned planet with Venus. They're both considered friendly in the astrological scheme. Also has some powerful influences on your ruling planet around the 15th. So that period from the 5th to the 15th, that 10-day period, I think is very significant. It does happen around the full moon. The start of it, anyhow, starts around the full moon period we just discussed. And it shows us that that period, leading up to around the 15th, is when you might be at your most vulnerable emotionally and mentally. There's definitely some unexpected conversations that could arise around then. Now, that's not always a bad thing. This, as I said, is a sextile aspect. So it should give you the opportunity to be really, really quick off the mark. If you've got important meetings to attend, they're good days, especially if you want to dazzle someone with your wit or your knowledge and skills. But don't talk too much. That's the bit of advice I have for you there. Listen as much as you talk. This looks like it could turn out to be a good month after some of the initial hurdles that you've got there. So hang in there and focus on those issues related to your work, making those changes if necessary, and again, just persevering and being patient, Taurus. Look forward to seeing you again next month. In the meantime, you can get the daily updates at our site, astrology.com.au. If you need to contact me, we have a menu system there with contact details. Very easy. Drop me a line if you've got a question. Look forward to seeing you again. Take care now and have a great month. Bye-bye.